Sorry about that. I'm back. And sorry about the background noise, little Disney stuff in the background. But the first thing I'd say to the players is pick a class that's fun and enjoyable, that maybe is not your typical class, especially if you've played before. Really, please try to avoid min-max gaming. And I know you guys hear the term, but I think you guys don't understand what that means. It means making your favorite superhero into a D&D character, or a Pathfinder character, or a Savage Worlds character, or God forbid in the right system, a Mutants and Mastermind character. So do me a favor. Those are fun characters, and eventually you can become that. But if you're doing it all the time, it gets old to the GM. It kind of wrecks our story. It balances things out that where we got to up the challenge ratings to meet your nastiness of what you're doing. I know you mean well. I know you're not trying to do anything wrong. You call it maximizing your character's abilities or refining him to be the best he can be all you can be. No, it's not. It's basically saying, I want to be able to beat up every monster and never have the chance of being on the edge of death. And that makes the game very unfun all the way around. It's so much more fun where there's always that chance that something can go wrong. And you got to live on your wit a little more and a little bit more on your creativity. You'll love your characters more that way. You won't burn out on them. Your GM won't burn out on them. Try doing some things that are unique and fun. If you always play a meat shield or a fighter type, do something different. Do a rogue. Do a cleric. Do a druid. Do an investigator, a swashbuckler. Whatever classes that are there that are more skill-based, try something different. And here's why I say that. Because if you try it and you like it, you're going to have a lot more fun. You're going to make it fun for the GM. It's a much more fun plot to run, and it just becomes a great experience. You get experience awarded by a GM for just thinking outside the box, which comes to my next point. You don't have to kill every monster you come across. Outwit them. Outthink them. Make them your neutral alliance. Turn them against their own people. Nothing more fun than using your diplomacy and charm. We got a player in my campaign who's doing a human sorcerer with some twists to him. He's kind of a ladies' man. And the players kind of rolled their eyes a little bit because it's one of the new guys in our group. He has done a really good job. He has made him charming and fun, and the lady NPCs kind of like him. And he's not a, yes, he's a lech, but he doesn't always let it show. And so he's using that to really win the bad ones over to him. And it's going to come in real handy, honestly, to beat some creatures without ever having to fight them. We got a rogue that loves being the liar, and he's a spy for a country, and he wants to get the information back. And so he's made it real creative. He's in a part of the world where it's hard to do that. But I'm going to find a way as a GM to allow that because he's really working hard on that storyline. Which comes to my next point. Have a good storyline for your character. Have a good background. Have some goals that are just something beyond kill the monsters, get lots of treasure, go up levels, become epic and mythic, rule the world, rule my country. Do something different, please. I mean, his goals are he wants to save his country from the impending evil he sees in a part of the Fae in that world. Really kind of cool. And I like it as a GM. And I like a lot of these guys' backgrounds. And the guys have done a real good job with it. So I'm really going out of my way to molding my story to their goals. Which comes to my next thing. Really come up with your background with those goals because you help your GM from the beginning to do that. And I know they always ask that of you, but that's the reason why. We want to make our story engross what you want to accomplish as a player. So please have some real thought out stuff that really makes sense. I know I'm pulling a little bit on some people, and it's a little more difficult to be that creative person, but it's going to make you a better person. Know your personality type. And I say that for a reason, and there's a great test called Briggs-Myers that does that for work. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Mine is an ENFJ or ENTJ, which means I'm a extrovert in how I charge my battery. I'm intuitive. I'm either thoughtful or feeling. And one other thing on there. But knowing that, I know how I interact with different players, because then I start doing that analysis on the players as a GM and say, what are their hot buttons? What are they trying to meet? What drives them crazy that I don't want to do to them, because I know it drives them crazy. Our goals on both sides is to try to find a way to work well together, so that we love getting together, we love spending time, we love being friends outside the game. And really, that's what you guys are going for when you do that. Yes, it's going to challenge some of you, because you see yourself as introverts or not people. Guess what? You can become that. I was a total introvert and not a people person. If you knew me growing up, you'd have said, I don't want to be around it. Now I'm very outgoing, warm, and just genuine. So just understand that. Sorry for the noise. But Monsters University. But I'm going to say to you right now, part of the real thing here is find a synergy as players towards your GM and towards each other. And you can have some fun moments where you kind of go against the grain and rub each other wrong. But really think it through, because you don't want to become that person that is asked to leave. I hate nothing more as a GM than ask somebody to leave our group. It's happened a few times, usually extenuating circumstances, but it's not a fun experience. And one of the things I want to really kind of key on is another one of my players. He's come up with a great story with his class that's a little unique. Yes, he's doing a paladin, but a paladin of a chaotic good god that is about freedom and freeing of slaves. So his background is he had some dreams in the monastery that took him towards this god. And I'm allowing him to play a paladin under a chaotic good god, which means there's a little bit of leeway on the lawful alignment. I know some of you guys, and again, love Gary Gygax, love his sons, great people, okay? And I'm not saying this to tread on Mr. Gygax after the fact, but he made the paladin to be a pain in the butt, I think, and really teach people about being lawful good. And that's okay to an extent. But in reality, your Sir Galahad and all these other people were not absolute lawful good as paladins. Okay? They respected the law, they obeyed the law, but there was times when they thought of the greater good over the law. And that's when the good comes in. And that's where I'm going to have some fun and let him have a little bit of leeway in play, because I like his story. So I guess I'm tying a lot of things in together. And again, being practical about it on how to play. Come in prepared each session. Don't come in sleepy, tired, slouchy. The GM's going to motivate you. Side banner, great. Love side banner with the players. But don't do it when the GM's saying something really important. I've learned now I stop talking. And the guys look at me. And I say, do you want to know the story? And they're like, yeah, we do. I said, okay. I said, we'll take a break here in a little bit to have some pizza and other things. Do me a favor, just hear me out so you don't miss anything, and I'm not having to repeat it 10 times. Don't be afraid as players to really stop and listen to what the GM has to say, and stop each other. Say, hey, you know what, Bob, I know I'm talking with you. Rick's saying something really important here I got to listen to. I think we should. And also come in with just a real desire to want to drive the story and have fun with it. Your enthusiasm is infectious as players, and when you're enthusiastic about coming and you're talking about what happened last time, we GMs get pumped and we make a better storyteller, and you become our energy in really helping us with that. And the last but not least, if you got comments about rules and other things that are going to bog down the game, and you want to really make sure the GM knows what they're doing, please, please, please wait till after the session. Write a note to yourself. Pull them aside either after the session or in an email and say, hey, love the session today. However, got a question on this. They'll respect it that much more. Sometimes when you challenge a GM in the game and you make it a real sticking point, it becomes a real point of not fun. And everybody's going, oh Lord, here we go again. So I hope these are some great things that helps you guys as players. There's more I could share, but I don't want to make this too long. I want to make these snippets that you can really enjoy. Plus, I'm getting over a migraine, so forgive me, but you know, kind of killer takes the energy and it's kind of a buzzkill. So I hope you have a great day. I hope this helps out as players, and look forward to seeing you at the next session.